Support.
see.
Hurry up and find a song before she start, Aliyah.
Alright, hold on.
Find a song before she start, Aliyah.
Alright, hold on.
And
Tell me why we fighting for. Girl, you know you have heart. Tell me why we fighting for. 2 weeks past, so we not talk. Some me for park and walk away. You think this is a holiday? This is no playground. Me no play around. Me no come for play. You think a tour this year, tourist and I come for stay. That cartoon is a fairy tale. Tell me
about supporting people in your life or supporting people you probably see trying to do something for themselves. So we have Shannell. A lot of people know her as
Amy.
So Shannell, tell them, what do you do? Or who are you?
I does it all. Sagna. But hello everyone. My name is Shannell, popularly known as Ibi, short boss, the one and only Ibi Don. But on a serious note though, I am currently pursuing my master's degree, but I consider myself as a full-time hustler. I'm always hustling, I'm always trying new things, always like try to put myself out there. So right now, I currently do hair. I'm a hairstylist on the side, and also model for a company called
YouTube's laws and regulation did not allow me to use the music for my friend's video, but look at her go. Look at that. Wow. Like this video right now because girl look good.
So hi guys, my name is Liyah, otherwise called DiamondLiyah, otherwise called Diamond, otherwise called Liyah. I'm an entertainer by nature.
easy for me, yes it is for me. DiamondLiyah, yes I'm dip on the beat. Some say me hot ox steam on my main. Easy for real, yes it is for me. Trigger happy man say it is if it squeeze. Workless man make it easy if it cheat. If a man treat you good then him easy if it keep. Good body girls them easy if it breed and produce you receive. That's economy. Youths don't accept defeat. Dreams just a wait and you for believe. To be up and be follow me for Nigeria. But me have to tell us you need this girl to lead. Me hungry for this and me not easy for eat. Happy get the do after me say so the meat. Come out of the kitchen if you can't to the eat. If you down on my name then me have to repeat. Easy for me, yes it is for me. Easy for me, yes it is for me. DiamondLiyah, yes I me dip on the beat. So I say me at
Musician, artist, entrepreneur, name it, call it, whatever it is, I do it.
Nice. And as you know, I'm Tamara, also known as Tem, with the gem. And I am an accountant, but I'm also a YouTuber. I'm going to claim it in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
I'm a YouTuber. I'm not really a YouTuber because I just start, but you have to have faith and claim what you want, right, Shannell? So I'm a YouTuber. Yeah. So that's who we are. The first thing I want to ask you guys is a simple question, unexpected. Who is your biggest supporter?
To be honest, of course, everything that you do, you have to have this big man up above, God. So to be honest, he's my biggest supporter. Besides him, I would have to say me. Because if I'm being honest, nobody not going to support you like you. You have to support yourself. You have to show people how you want to be supported. So I would say I am my biggest supporter. And I'm not being conceited. It's just the facts.
I'll just transfer what Shannell said over here. Same exact thing. God first, me next. Everybody else, they follow.
I'm going to say the same, but I'm also going to say next to God and myself, I'll say my mom is my biggest supporter. And then I have some really good friends in my life that really support me. I have some real big supporters as it relates to friends.
So I think before you ask a question, we should ask what is support to us. Because what I may think of support, Alia may not think that as support, or she may not want that as support. So I think we should start off with what support look like to you.
I think that's a really good point. Start it off.
All right. So what support look like to me? And this is where real people come in, you know who is real for you. To be honest, you can say, oh yeah, I bought something from you, I support you, or I share your life, or I share your item, whatever, I support you. But to be honest, I think support basically come from like just being there and being real and being honest, because I may be passionate about something and I may rush to get into something or try to do something, but that's not necessarily something that I should be doing. So I would want whoever I consider my support besides myself and God, I would want that person to keep it real with me and say, oh, hey, such and such and such. I may not listen to them, but I want them to voice their concern. I want them to give me their opinion. At the end of the day, I can think about it because I made the final decision in the end. It's just sometimes the small thing, but just overall being there for somebody and just try to get them on the next level and motivate them to do bigger and better things or something that aligns with them.
I feel like not everyone can give you the support that you want in the way that you want. So suppose Aliyah, suppose somebody can give you the support that you want the way how you want it. What are you going to do about that?
In a case like that, honestly, given the fact that I know that it's something that I want, firstly, it's my vision, right? So certain things have to come into play where I have to now speak to myself like, this is my vision and this is not anybody else's vision. So if it's a case where I want support from them and I'm not going to get it, well, my next goal would be to bring me, my business or whatever it is I'm doing to a certain level where they won't have a choice. Because in some instances, people tend to wait until they reach a certain level to see if you're actually serious or if you actually really want to do what you say. Because everybody say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but are you actually putting in the work? Are you making sacrifices? Do you really believe that you want what you say you want? So for me, I don't think that would actually discourage me. That would actually make me say, okay, let me see what I'm going to do to get myself on the next level where now you don't have a choice. You're going to just have to support me. So that's just me. Maybe everybody else would look at it different.
I think that's a solid point. And from you saying that, I should say that, like, I'm gonna say, I'm nervous. Sorry, give me a second.
You're the host.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
All right. So just to piggyback off.
Hold on, okay. I'm remember. Right. Not everybody.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Go on, Shannell, take the floor.
So I was saying, like, this, I agree 100% with what Aliyah said. It all goes, like, if somebody who you expect to support you don't support you, you have to go back to yourself. Because if this is your goal, if this is your dream, if this is something that, you know how sometimes you know that this is for you when you feel that thing, it's not explainable, it's not always explainable, but you just feel a little drive within you. I know that, no, this is what I want. And once you have that feeling, you have to just sometimes you have to talk to yourself, because not everybody really understands what's going on inside of you and what's going on inside of your head. So sometimes I just think that you should go back to yourself and you try to push yourself, even if they are not supporting you. You still have to support yourself.
I feel like you have to know the people that can handle certain conversations. You have different people in your life for different purposes, right? You have the person where you can go and talk about your relationship. You can get support from them for your relationship. People who want to talk about your passion, your business, your hobby, your hustle. So you have to know the type of people that you're going to bring certain conversations to. There's a time and a place for everything, just like how there's a certain person for a certain conversation. You cannot just bring just any big people conversation to some people who have small minds. You understand? Some people are not ready, they don't understand. And so you're not going to get the support from just anybody. You have to be selective in the people who you choose to surround you when you come on to certain conversations, I feel like.
That was a good point.
Yep.
Thank you. So not a lot of people are as strong as you, Aliyah, where they can just say, all right, I'm not getting the support from mommy, who was supposed to be my biggest support system, so I'm just going to do what I have to do. Not everybody is like that. Some people really dwell on the fact that they're not getting the support from the people they expected to get the support from, and then they forget about the support that they're getting from people they didn't expect to get it from. And so by you dwelling on the lack of support, it kind of make you waste your time, because you keep digging and digging, support me, support me, support me. And you have to use so much time to convince these people to support you, to do something that you love. And there are other people out there that see your potential and see that, yeah, this girl have real talent, and they're supporting you, but you're not paying that no mind. You know what I mean? And some people are like that. So you just have to try and move on, but it's easier said than done, I feel like.
True.
Facts.
True.
To add to that,
True.
I don't think you just wake up and the day you realize that who you need the support from, you're not getting it from. You just wake up and say, oh, all right, I'm going to do this by myself. Just like how success don't come overnight, growth don't come overnight. So to people who aren't like that, I think it's a process, because I was never always like that. I probably there were days I used to sit down and, I used to think about why that person not supporting me. But as Ibi said, there's something inside of you where you just know that this is for you. This is your purpose. So you now have no choice but to support you. Once it's your purpose, even if you give up, you're going to go back. If you run, you're going to go back. If you fail, you're just not going to stop, because that's just purpose. So to piggyback on what you said and what Ibi said. So, I hope they grow enough to find out or figure out that, hey, it starts with you.
Yeah. I always say that believing is the first step for anything. And then that just gives you a whole mentality where nobody can tell you that you're not supposed to do this. So even if they don't give you the support, as we said, we have the support of ourselves, because we initially believe, we know our purpose, as you said, we have a passion, and we have the drive to succeed. So
like, we can easily throw around and say, oh yeah, you have to believe in yourself, it has to be you, and you have to do this, you have to do that. But I know I believe in myself, I know that this is what I want, but the lack of support, how sometimes that can deter you from actually doing what you know in your heart that you are destined to do. But because no one is supporting you, it's easy to walk away and say, oh, this was not for me, even though deep down it is for you. What kind of advice will you give that person to just keep on that path and keep pushing despite you not getting the support? Because the lack of support can deter you. I ain't gonna lie, because I've been there.
I feel like, honestly, you need to first know why you're doing what you're doing. Once you know your why, thinking about your why will always remind you why you should continue. Why am I doing this? Because I want to get this. So every time you feel like giving up, you have to remember your why. You have to remember where you're coming from and where you want to go.
You want to hear my advice?
Yeah.
So one, as we know, the race is not for the swift. It's for those who can endure. And two, if mentally that's how that person is, you're not going to get whatever it is. You're going to either walk away from it, or you're just going to fail and let it go. There's no rainbow at the end of that tunnel. I'm not going to pretty it up. If you want something and you get to a place where you say, oh, you're not getting the support, and you quit, then that's going to be a result. That's it. That's the end. So I think that's what separates the person that is going to make it from the person that won't make it. I don't think it's really about, oh, you're talented or you're gifted. It's about the person that is just not going to stop.
If somebody not supporting your vision and your dream, you can't let their lack of understanding of what you want deter you from getting what you know you can get. You know what I mean? And there's so many people in this world that have so many different opinions, and some of their opinions are only there to just some of them are just born haters. You know the friend where you talk to and they say they support you, and the minute they start they don't support you. You have people like that, but you have to remember that your vision is the reason why you started, and nobody can fulfill your purpose other than you. So yeah.
For the past 3 years, I have been working towards this set goal, something that I've been chasing for 3 years. But I was not grown enough. I did not have the mentality to pursue it or maybe successful in it. And over the years, you have grown and you realize that, nah, I may have started when I wasn't ready or whatever. Like the timing just wasn't right. Like looking back, you're going to think that I wasted 3 years. But it can also be a case where you have grown and now you are at the point where this is what you should continue to do. What would you say to that person to say, like, all right, then you should continue?
Life is not easy, and in life you're going to have trials, tribulation, challenges through everything to get to your goal, right? But you really have to remember that you have to have the mentality and the type of thinking to remind yourself that every challenge and every failure I should use it as a lesson, you know? So I know that I can get stronger from that. You're going through a process, right? You're learning as you go. And so everybody make mistake, everybody going to have the challenges. And you have to have self-awareness and know that what you're doing is not working.
I know I kind of saw like a moment, an era in your life where you kind of like fell back a little bit when you came to college. You weren't like so into it like right now. Like after the whole college situation, like how easy was it or how hard was it for you to just continue to keep like pushing for the music?
I said I fell back. That was where I would say I would use the word reincarnation, because I actually found myself. And that's when I knew why I was actually here and what I was here to do, which was music. You know, it was a lot going on. You know, I was doing track and field, and I was giving a lot. I was putting a lot into it, but something just wasn't right. I couldn't put my hands on it as to what it was. And then I figured it out. I'm not supposed to be doing this. So I think that's what that's why I myself could speak on the fact that if you're doing something and you're not going to be consistent, and if you quit, the end result is going to be just the word quit. You know? So when I made that statement, I was speaking about myself. I quit, and that's all you're going to get out of it. Quit. There's nothing else to get. So I'm not going to pretty it up for anybody. Anything that you're going after, anything you're going to do, it takes growth. You're going to grow. When you start 3 years later, you're not going to be the same person. You're not going to be in the same place. You're going to have several experiences. And even if you're still at a place where you think you fail, you're going to start over with 3 years of experience.
Yes, Shannell in the back.
Shannell in the back.
So, how you know if something is not for you?
Let me tell you about that. Hold on. There's a girl on YouTube named Tim. She dropped a video on our channel named Tim Talks, and she talk about finding your purpose. I think you guys should check that out to find out how you know something is for you. Think about the things that you're doing in your life. It's like for me, I never knew my purpose for so long. Like I felt like as if I was very stuck. Knowing my purpose is what gave me true, full happiness. And you have to sit down and think about all the things you've done in your life, simplest things that you always find yourself doing, and get a pen and a paper and write down the commonalities in all those things. What is it that I get satisfaction from when I do this? That's how I knew my purpose. You have to put pen to paper and figure it out, especially if you're stuck.
Shoot, I'm stuck like every 2 months, every 3 months. I'm being honest, I don't think I 100% know what my purpose is. I do a lot of things. I'm passionate about a lot of things. I like to think myself of the jack of all trades. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when people say jack of all trades and master of none, they don't always finish the sentence, and they make it seem like that's a bad thing to be the jack of all trades and the master of none. It's not a bad thing. The end of it say the jack of all trades, the master of none, but still better than the master of one. Doesn't mean that they are better off than you.
You're not me. I'm not Timir. I may have one purpose. You may have many.
That's how do you move on to do what you think your purpose is?
Just take
You
the
have
step.
to just
You
take
just
the
have to
step.
start.
Exactly.
You just
Yeah, that's
have
the
to
best answer.
start.
Start.
Yeah, and you figure it out as you go along. If you sit here and plan out every single detail of what you're going to do, you're not going to do it.
Purpose doesn't equate to success, and success doesn't mean that it's a purpose. So because you're doing your purpose, there's no guarantee that you're gonna be successful at it. And because you're successful at something, there's no proof that they say,
It
"Oh,
is
I
a
have
proof.
purpose." Because
That's why
Suppose
you
you go to your parents and you tell them what your purpose is because you just figure it out. And them say, hell no, I'm not supporting you in that. That is not what I want you to do. How would you feel? How would you feel?
I can talk now.
yeah,
Yes, your turn, Jack.
All right. You say if I go to my parents and they say this is not what they want for me, that has nothing to do with them, but that has everything to do with me. So what I want to do may not be something that they want me to do, but at the end of the day, them live them life, you know. This is my life, and I have to figure out what I want to do. So if they don't want to support me, of course I'm gonna feel some type of way, but I still gonna have to move on, and I'm going to do it regardless. What if I actually succeed at it? I am going to say, I told you so.
what if even after the success, they still don't support you? What you do then? What you do then? What you do then? Because you have some people in here successful. Everybody, the whole world has a Timira. The whole world has a Ibi. You're on the top of your game. You're the on news.
Drink some water for this.
Yeah. Everywhere.
If I made it, if my dream come true,
Right.
and I accomplish everything that I set out to accomplish, and the entire world are call my name, I don't want to care what that one person not calling my name now. You support me, and everybody else support me. So you can keep your lack of support.
Some people are definitely intimidated by your success. You know what you call those people?
Yeah.
Haters. You call them fake friends. They are insecure. It is their insecurity, not your problem, but they put it on you because they say, oh my God, this girl have so much potential. She's going to be better than me.
You have some people, they fail at their dream. You have to be careful of those people. You will never get them support. It's not you, it's
It's
them.
them,
It's
exactly.
personal for them.
Sometimes some people don't support you and they think they're doing something good for you because they're trying to protect you because of their failure.
Right.
But that's what they think they're doing, but that's not what's happening. Some people have to take risk, and if you want to achieve your goals, you have to take the risk. Nobody can do it for you.
See you try to step out, it's almost like no, that's not going to happen, or that cannot happen.
Or
and that is because
work.
exactly, and that's because they are so close-minded. As I say, they are limited to certain things.
How many successful people do we know? So that I think that plays a lot with the receiving end of the support that we're going to get, because these are the people that we're talking about. What they're used to.
And those are the people. Those are the people we know and are expecting to support us, but they don't understand. So we have to step outside of that box and start drawing a circle. We have to change the shape and form a circle that understand what we are doing. And people who you don't know are the ones that are going to support you. And you have to make people know that you are there to get their support. You have to ask for the support. True. Until you don't have to ask for the support. And a lot of us are scared to ask. Things to remember when people don't support you, your passion is priority. By the way, this is Google may get these things from, first of all. So it's not me. But it is me, because I relate to a lot of them. So passion is priority. Life is short. Others may not fully understand. They are insecure. So it's not you. It's their fear and insecurity that is making them not support you. You can do it without their support. And the last one, you can't please everyone in life.
And that's on period.